Back there is a fume foundry where toxanol process produce. Just hold on tight. Another quarrel spot. Back in the days, there were things here. Now, it's all gone. Night gives you relief from the day. You found Snowdsburg, such a neat village. Never know what's hiding out in the dark.
Loma utulu ba yowo.
Out of Date says there'll be consequences of the war, but there are more pressing matters at hand.
Loa tolu dum.
The last World Eater has been left undisturbed with the tree while you focused on the war.
Fofo umbak bakwa papa mo.
He thought someone with your light perspective and key would have had different priorities and faced the World Eaters before resolving the tribe war.
Farfarifto tuka kubu.
Regardless, Out of Date is grateful the tribe war is over.
Honto kon tue pon yevun goja.
Out of Date understands the road has been rough, but you already know what's left to end this journey, and it'll be tough.
Koyetu kowe boy.
You're the only one that's strong enough to face the last World Eater.
Mao toliawahu.
The future depends on someone with a light perspective to give the world a chance to survive.
Shintuata moti huasa.
Only time will tell what the future holds, and if it will bring a lasting peace for those that make it to the end.
Papa mofobak.
Out of Date says the word about what you've done so far is spreading. The tribes haven't lost hope yet.
Shintuata moti huasa.
He appreciates what you've done so far, but unfortunately, he's had urgent news from his friend Wiz in the northwest.
Kotuvon ko kumvun kono.
He's unsure about your intentions, but hopes you'll support Wiz.
Yalawawat nawa.
He says he'll point you in the right direction, but finding Wiz and making sure he gets what he needs is up to you. That doesn't sound good. Out of Date's hunch is real. The MURK PUFF is up next. Out of Date says that Wiz is worried now that the Northwest World Eater is stepping up its activity.
Junnuluaftula.
He explains that Wiz is working on an undersurf vessel in order to get to the World Eater, but needs help to get it done.
Kobwa yake.
Out of Date suggests that you should head northwest as fast as possible and see what you can do to help.
Le yayato.
He's happy to help.
Ugambun ang ugagad yeproma bufu.
Has plenty to do, so no worries. Where are the control sticks on this thing? The Tree of Life still stands. Question is, for how long? Keep yourself at peace. No time to graze, let's go. The Surge Surf Factory. Keep your eye out for Wiz while you're here. Was isn't easy on the tongue, but I think he says he's happy to see a friendly face. Not too many of those around these days. Says it's good to see you again. He's Wiz. You might remember him from the old days when he let you try his octopod? Wiz remembers you were such a cheery kid, and he's glad to see that light hasn't faded from you, despite the years. But Wiz understands it was a long time ago, and memories get murkier the deeper you go, but says it helps to have friends with you to plumb those depths. It was a tragedy, but also sad that you chose to leave. It's a miracle you made it on the outside on your own. That land is harsh, they say. Wiz says our memory keeps things for us, preserves them until we are ready to face them again. He knows you've returned to face Lupa Lupin, and that confrontation is as inevitable as the tides. He's not surprised that the loss of your family could plunge you into the depths forever, but you've always been able to rise like a bubble to the surface, no matter what. He knows that though the tides of history may push you in one direction, you can always lay your own course. He feels you've deserved revenge because of how you were wronged. You've suffered enough to make him pay.
Getting darker around here by the minute.
There's still time. Dark hasn't won yet.
Oh, but it will. And we'll take our time.
Just like you to...
Hey, even...
Asks if you ever think about freedom and whether any of us really has it. Did you make the decisions that brought you here, or are you just a pawn of fate? Maybe that's true for you, but he's not so sure about his own fate. Amazed the world is going to continue on, but happy to hear it. Still so many things to invent. Impressed that you fought so hard to keep the world spinning. Thinks you were smart to join with the myriad. They have a rainbow of ways to approach any problem. Says they're unified in the ways that matter. But that's not nearly as important as this. Wiz says that you should let the past dwell in the depths, but there's something else down there too, gnawing at the tree of life. He's named it the MURK PUFF. This is why he's tinker-tonkering with the octopod. But the lid got stuck, so he needs a big enough tug twister to open it up and let you a-go-in. He can't leave the surge station, so you must help him find a tug twister. There's a wound-up mecha fingro in the mecha stadium that still has one stuck on its back. Find it, and you'll find the tug twister. He found it stranded on a shore nearby and got Gizmo to help tow it here so they could get to work on it. Toxanol probably made it to go under surf and see the damage they've caused for themselves. Bang Shelter 11E. Just the place to ride out a storm. Super effective. Bang bang. Eyes on. Chop it up. What can't you take? Every day is a new chance to fulfill your destiny. That might come in handy. Smack time. Farewell, fool. Itchy trigger finger. You have a chance to change the future for good or bad. Don't want to point a finger, but the Mecca Stadium is near here. Good hit. It's hot. The deep cut. You're low on health. You can't really understand your story till it's done. Need the right key? Oh, it's locked. What a wonderful day! Yuck! Biohazard. Sickening. That's it. The tug twister's loose. Let's hope it turned the grabbing hand into a helping hand, too. A pause place. Probably cleaned out, but you never know. Days wasting. Get to work while you can. He believed the tug twister would do the trick, but now realizes brute force won't do the trick. You need something slick. Well, he means slick as in greasy, so you can lube the hinges of the lid. He can't argue against the fact your fur's shiny. He says the lid should open if you sprinkle grease it. Problem is, he's all out. He knows his old friend Choo Choo always keeps his grease sprinklers well filled. He should have an extra that you can borrow. He stresses that you should come back as soon as you've retrieved the grease sprinkler. The MURK PUFF is crunching bark by the minute. Wants you to think of it as a black tar spritzer. The dead zone is full of that slimy black goo. It's good for fuel, but it's also slippy stuff. Night is the time to take care of business. That's a bang plant, where Toxanol used to make all sorts of splody things before it blew up in their faces. You could have missed that shot, Maria. Slow down and take a look. The night could be fun. You've reached the end of the line. Bet you can find Choo Choo here. Choo Choo knew you would make it to him one day. All you had to do was follow the steel path. The rails might be getting rusty, but eventually they all converge on him. Claims rails are like rules. If you follow them the way you're supposed to, everything good in life can roll your way. Says you followed the rails to where you need to be, but tracks have switches in them too. The question is then, will you keep on the same track or look for a way to hit that switch? You seem like you're on the right track already. He just hopes you don't get sidetracked onto a darker path. Whichever way you go, he wants you to know that the rails never steer you wrong. Stick to them, and they always bring you right to where you're meant to be. Wants to know if you've ever regretted taking one track in life instead of another. If you could go back, would you switch tracks or keep chugging along the one you're on? Likes your sureness, the way you keep at it like a chug-chug with no way to reverse. Seems like the world came out of its rut and is chugging toward higher ground again. Can't thank you enough for hitting the brakes and working to turn the world chug around. But let's not get derailed. Says he's surprised to see anyone this far out, but sometimes the wrong train does take you to the right station. As you can see, he didn't plan to make a stop here, but now that he had to, he's really happy to see you. He says his name is Choo-Choo. He's been off track since the world started dying, but he's trained his mind to stay positive regardless of the situation. Says sometimes life runs off the rails, but it's always better when they're good and greased. He's convinced the tracks are like the paths our lives take, and you must deal with the outcome, even if you didn't lay them yourself. This time, though, he was sidetracked and needs a new wing nut to get back on track. Wing nuts are easy to find, as they're fitted on any in-front chugger-chugger out there. The challenge is taking them off, so he's happy you're here to do it for him. Says he knew you would, like he knows the way the rails run. The wing nut chug tunnel. It goes on forever. This place is like one big secret that keeps unfolding. Hey, nice shot. Vacant up. Blasting him. That's the good stuff. Batter them. Roasted. Person. This day is as good as it's going to get. Just be glad that beastie let you on. Choo-Choo says he knew you'd come through. If someone makes a stop at your station, it's for a good reason. But he understands no one gets their tracks greased for free. He'd be happy to part with his spare grease sprinkler, as he believes it's a great fit for any of your business that needs to be unstuck. He keeps it safe in a box on the handcart, in case of emergency. Wants to keep it there in case of an emergency, but realized it's long overdue already. The world crumbling and all. Choo-Choo says you should help yourself to the grease sprinkler. It's a versatile tool from the bygone, a last of its kind, so don't let it go to waste. He's convinced you'll put it to good use, as there are lots of stuckies out there that need greasing to open. Seems glad you think so. You're on the right rail. Choo-Choo says he can't wait to get out of this place. Didn't have much else to say, so no problem. You shouldn't worry about smashing up the box. Choo-Choo has no use for it now. Choo-Choo says he feels strongly about helping his next, just like you did for him. He's convinced there was a bigger reason you met. Sometimes the wrong train will take you to the right place. He believes you've got what it takes to make a difference. He's witnessed it himself. Says fate is like the rails. They lead in certain ways, and you can only fight that for so long if you want to get anywhere. Choo-Choo's thrilled you found the Ark. Just imagine how much faster than a chug that thing must be, and no rails needed. Needs no rails, no roads, nothing but air. The world's on the mend, so no need to leave it. But just think of all the places the Ark could take you. Says he's happy to see the Ark in your hands. Knows you'll go great places with it and do some good. Wonders who you might call aboard the Ark with you.
So, what we have here is an opportunity to help your next. There's a seat open.
Why? You don't need anyone else but yourself and me, of course, but I'm a part of you, so that doesn't count.
If you want to go quickly.
But you know you can't go.
After spending a life on the rails, he's eager to ride the skies with you. Just let him pack his rollerboard, and he'll roll aboard. Choo-Choo says he's ready to pack up and leave. There's a ping dish here, just the thing for signaling. Good ridey beast, no hurting. Where we can get some ride chutes for the mount. This is turning out to be quite an expedition. Wiz says that there's no plan to confront the MURK PUFF until the octopod is properly armed. He knows you'll need something that packs enough boom to put a dent in that shell, or better yet, head. Pyro sticks will do the trick. He says his old friend Boom makes all things that go bang. There's a rumor that some of Boom's pyro sticks shot off and are out there roaming free. You should keep an eye on the horizon for pyros. If you're fast, you have a shot at catching some of them before they go off. He's a peculiar little fellow that's been fiddling with splodies since he was a kidling. It runs in his blood. Their family recipes pack a punch. Grab tight and don't let go. It's starting to run up. beautiful as you let it be. That looks like an unbanged pyro stick on the loose. Better catch it before it goes off. Don't be feary. It probably won't bite. The pyro sticks will cause a bang, but targeting is on you. At least now you have a chance to hurt the MURK PUFF where it counts. He hopes so, as there's no Plan B, or more correctly Plan C. Out of date has named this Plan B. Plan A was to take on the World Eaters by foot, or flaps in this case. Turns out swimming down there was a bad idea. Wiz has been working on another cannon, but instead of pyro sticks, it squirts guppos, scaly distractions for anyone with an appetite disorder, and irresistible for the MURK PUFF in particular. Seems the best way to find guppos is go talk to Gil. He has a natural sonar and knows where the guppos sub the surf. This means you'll have to go visit Gil at Burblebottom. Find Gil and he'll be able to tell you where to find the guppos. Tells you it's a sort of fish that's able to reproduce really fast, which is a real advantage when you're going for infinite ammunition. Worth going outside just to see the night sky. This is Burblebottom, residence of Gil. Happy to finally get to meet you. He's seen a lot of things wash up on his miniature shore, but nothing as exciting as you. Claims to have been born swimming, but he must flap-flop clear of it during these dark days. It must have been upstream only to get to this point in your histo-future. But which way are you going now? With the flow or against? It's crazy hard to flipper against the surf, but you can't save the world if you let it sweep you away. Either way, it's a shame the surf has gotten so nasty. Thinks life is like trying to ride a wave. You need to pick the right one, but you don't really know which one that is until you're on top of it. Better to ride a wave than let the perfect one pass. Wonders who would want to. The right wave takes you where you want to go. Can't imagine how wonderful it's going to be to surf on gooless goo. The world is going to live. can't thank you enough for fighting against the goo. Happy you ride alongside the myriad. They bring a real shine to everything they work with. Says they shine so bright, they glitter on the waves. But none of that's nearly as important as enjoying the day, right? He never drank from this pond because of the disgusting things done there. Even the fish stopped drinking here after the pollution made the surf mucked and the air blocked his gills. He figures the tree of life isn't drinking either. Or, well, that's not true. He said it does drink, as it has no other choice. It's a tree, but it's forced to drink poison. Claims the surf is poison now. Anything that drinks it becomes poison too, including the tree of life. His friend Wiz needs guppos for one reason or another, and Gil is ready to point you in the right direction. But here, you're only going to find dead ones. He's pretty sure Wiz wants them alive. Well, at least the ones that aren't already rotting. If you head in the right direction, you'll find a clean enough bit of surf to snag yourself some guppos. Then you can get them to Wiz for whatever he has in mind. Helping both you and Wiz makes him double happy. Tells you to go get those guppos for Wiz. They won't find him on their own. BIOMUTANT makes your skin crawl. Yeah, the future is in your hands, so take care of it. careful down here. Easy to get trapped. Need a key. It's so vibrant out during daylight. It's a brand new day. Don't let it wander. Point it. That there's the guppy hut. Might be some gill-catching gear in there. Be gentle, this mount's a breather. That seems to be enough guppos to provide the octopod with infinite ammunition. He's surprised the MURK Puff's been able to hold its breath all this time. It's just another proof of the evolutionary change caused by Toxanol's contamination. Being undersurf has meant the MURK Puff has been left alone to munch on the root down there undisturbed. This means the northwest route has suffered more damage than the others. He's sure there's enough time to confront the MURK Puff, but he worries if the world has enough years left to last his lifetime, even if you stop the World Eaters. That was the last of them. You've sealed the fate of the tribe and the tree. It's time for the end game. You have your destiny. Follow it all the way back to Out of Date. He never told anyone about what's next, but he's sure it involves you. Just continue to stay true to yourself and respect others whatever happens. You've become their pride, the guiding light of the tribe. It's time to return to the tree one last time. If the man didn't tell you, you're good. It's like a whole different world down here.
Buaye.
Out of Date says the signs of the end of the world are everywhere. It seems nature is preparing to take revenge.
Tolu keta ja wawanwe.
The day of reckoning is coming, and you are invited. He can feel you're approaching the end date.
Papa mofubak.
If you haven't decided whom of all like-minded, light-hearted beings you've met have earned a seat on the Ark yet, it's time to do that now.
Mayani.
Then grasp your last chance to make sure Loopalupin stopped for good. The tree settled its score, but it left yours half done.
Tamuk gaba muktab.
He says you need to see Loopalupin eye to eye one last time.
Tamuk gaba muktab.
He's happy to help.
Kotuvon ko kumvunkono.
We'll be around when you return.